And then William said no sound. So I'll start that over. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? This is what I get for trying to be fancy and use a banner. I had to run downstairs and get a drink because my throat was dry. And yeah, so I was a little bit rushed at the very last second. So I put a banner up, and here we are. So hopefully you all are doing well today. It's Thursday. It's kind of crazy to think that it's Thursday because I don't know where the week has went. We are still moving things around. We moved out the shop here in Ligonier. Was it on Monday, Tuesday, last week? I don't remember. But we've been kind of rearranging and organizing and getting things ready for the new store, which, it doesn't sound like that would be a hard thing, but like unpacking, I feel like is almost harder than packing. So it's just going to take a minute to get everything kind of sorted out. We still don't have an official date for the store move to open, the grand reopening in Johnstown. I want to say towards the end of April. That's what, in my mind, we're going to do. And so hopefully works out. All right, let's start this over again and say hello to all of our friends out there. Hello, Danette. Happy belated birthday. Hopefully you had a good birthday. Marianne's watching. Hey, Marianne. Norma's watching. Hey, Norma. William says, hello, everyone. I'm over at Star Cottage Studio filming our Saturday morning tutorial with Jen. So that's another reminder for you all. If you don't know what the Saturday morning tutorial is, on YouTube, we only on YouTube, we post a tutorial. And Jen was our in-house instructor and now has moved to virtual only. So you'll catch Jen over on Saturday morning, this Saturday. I don't know what the project is. Maybe William can give a teaser hint, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Susan's watching. Hey, Susan. Danette said that she had a good birthday. That's good. Amanda's watching. She's stopping in to say hi. I miss you all. I can't stay, but I hope you all are doing great. We miss you, Amanda. All right. Let me see. Catching up. Cindy is watching. Hey, Cindy. She says, an emergency alert for floods and thunder is crazy. Oh, no. Hopefully stay safe. Marion said last week. Yeah, we moved out last week. It sort of doesn't feel real yet. I feel like it's like, I don't know. We're kind of settling into this new routine that's not routine. And like we had lunch with a friend today, and who's a jeweler who works with people with special needs. And so that was really nice. And we had talked about this because we met at a restaurant here in town at Carol and Dave's. And we kind of talked while me and William talked when we were walking back. And we realized, this is something that we would have never been able to have done beforehand on a random Thursday, had lunch, both of us. Usually we have to do this divide and conquer kind of business and always have somebody at the shop. But now, since we're going to be in the new location open only Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have a little bit more flexibility in our schedule as far as things like that. Um, so it's pretty exciting to be able to do that. We don't all like for a while we didn't really have very much time together. Um, so we would only see each other basically at meals and for like an hour or two while we watch TV, and then during like staff meetings where we talk about business. So this is definitely a nice kind of change of pace for us, I think. I don't know if William will agree that he's seeing more of me as a good thing, but it's nice for me. Um, yeah, we had a nice day. Not as kind of crazy hectic. I think the move caught up to us because there's a lot of like physical exertion that you have to do right, at the end to get everything kind of settled out. And we busted a move, y'all. So we were pretty worn out, and then the like bright and early the next day we got up and did some more work for some other things, so there was no like resting stop. It's just been like nonstop for the past week or so. And so I think it's finally like catching up. Like I'm starting to feel sore in places that I didn't know I was sore, and I was like, I don't know what's happening, but anyways, here we are. Let's see. If you didn't see the past couple days, we've had some pretty good lives, I think. Um, Yesterday we did square, cube-shaped seed beads. We're continuing this thread, working through some of the seed beads that we had on the project walls at the shop. And hopefully, when we open the new place, we'll have some fresh inventory of new seed beads. William doesn't know this yet, but that'd be nice. It would be nice, I think, a nice, colorful way to usher in the new space. We definitely have a lot of work to do in the new space. Originally, we are just gonna like put some tables and like put the register and then put the trays out and done is done. But I think we're gonna, since this is gonna be our hopefully forever home, our test pilot forever home, where I want to spend a little bit more time in being like careful in our considerations of the space. And we have some extra time because of stuff that we can't really control. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna put a little bit extra time into like the design and making sure that it's a comfortable and welcoming and happy space to come into. You know, it's always nice to want to spend time in a shop, right? So we're doing that. William says it's another project like last week where there's no real wrong way to do it. More great wirework practice. Oh, good. That sounds fun. Michelle says it's raining again. It's actually so bad that we're getting a warning about a storm on the TV every 5 minutes. Oh, that's scary. Hopefully, y'all stay safe out there. William says it was great to be able to have lunch today with her. Yeah, I think it's nice that we're kind of settling into this new way. Um, and of course, William went to the cottage and did some packing and some shipping. Um, Things are still going out every day. So keep an eye out. There's a lot of orders that we've been getting from multiple different places. So it's kind of like a puzzle. I'm glad I don't have to do it because I don't do any of the shipping. And I think you all would be thankful for the fact that I don't do any of the shipping because um, I guess I could do it if I put my mind to it, but it's just something that doesn't come naturally to me. So, William has been doing the Herculean effort of doing all the shipping while we've been dealing with all the moving craziness. Barb is still not back from her trip yet. So, I feel like once she comes back, we're going to be rip roaring and getting things out, moving like lightning, but for the moment, we're kind of eking along, um, and getting things out as we can. Now, I will say, if you do need a package earlier for, like, say you had something as a gift for somebody, or you have a very specific deadline, let us know. Send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com. You know what? The banners aren't on this. Here we go. There we go. So if you do need something special, um, email us at info@allegorygallery and William will try to expedite it. I will say to use this judiciously and not just be like, I need this for because I need it right now. If you don't really need it, because what happens is it kind of slows things down because he does this in a very like systematic and orderly way. And like, if we put it, it's kind of like traffic jams. So it could start with somebody just gently tapping their brake at the Squirrel Hill Tunnel, and then it ends up being, it's like a butterfly effect. It does slow things down. And then the person at the very back is waiting, an hour to get through the tunnel. So just keep that in mind. If you really need something, we can get it out the door. But if it's something that's not like you don't need it right now, we appreciate your patience and understanding. Everything's kind of higgledy piggledy with the move, but we're super thankful. We're still trying to keep our heads above water. Um, let's see. Harry is watching. Hi, Harry. Let's see. William says, LOL, it's great we get more time together. I'm glad you think so. That's good. William says, I have been so worn out since the move, I didn't realize how much it took out of me. Yeah, I think we were both kind of riding on that adrenaline wave. And the adrenaline's out. The gas is out, y'all. I'm sputtering, y'all. Oh, you know what? I was like, why are our numbers down? And we didn't put the Instagram, and I don't know how to do that. So, and I don't know if that's something William can do remotely because he's at the cottage filming with Jen. Um, William, I also have another thing that I need from you, but I'll talk about that in a second. Cindy says it's hailing in California. Oh boy. Stay safe, y'all. Michelle says, never seen them put alerts on TV every 5 minutes before. Yeah, be careful. If you all are in a place that, is at risk of flooding or whatever, it's no joke, y'all. Stay safe. Harry says, I got a box from AG today. 2 kits. Looking forward to getting those other orders soon. Yeah. They're going out. William says, please hit that subscribe here on YouTube if you don't already, and thumbs up, everyone. Yes, please like and share our posts. It definitely helps get the word out. There's nothing quite like word of mouth. And let's see. Marianne says, patience is a virtue. I also need more bead containers. So that's a good excuse. That we should have a thing on our Allegory Gallery Design Challenge group about how people organize their beads. I know Harry has been posting some of the pictures of him reorganizing his studio. And it's interesting to see how people store their beads. I love a lot of little tiny containers. I have at the cottage, because we kind of have to out of necessity, I have those great big bead trays with the lids. But I like little containers. And when I'm in my most ideal space where I'm creating and I don't really have, like everything is settled. I feel like my studio has been in a state of disheveledness for like years, since we've moved to the cottage, but it's slowly getting there. But in my kind of like ideal space, I like to have like little ceramic bowls and little handmade or hand carved wooden dishes. I really like wooden dishes because they're lightweight, and they don't tend to break. Um, so those are really handy. If you have a good thrift store near you, um, in the 70s, like wood containers were really like popular, especially from the Philippines. So it kind of, for me, is like a nod back to like my mom and where she's from. But I also like handmade like containers for like organizing my stuff because it makes me feel special, and whatever you can do to make yourself feel special, I think all the better. I'm going to have to recruit William into making a bunch of little tiny things for me. The thing is, though, is his fingers are pretty big, so it's harder for him to make smaller, tiny little things, um, because his hands are just so much bigger. So, um, William says, if I start Instagram here, I can't leave here until the end of the live, so I can't start here now. That's fine. Danette says, pegboards to store beads and hanging beads. Yeah, pegboard, it's useful. Um, but I don't know. It's not my love language. We did paint our pegboard in the store. There was this Martha Stewart paint that came out that had a little bit of metallic in it. And so it was like a silvery kind of creamy white color. And so we painted all of the pegboards in the store that color. And I think it's nice because it made the beads kind of like shine almost. Sometimes when you have like the regular kind of like masonite, it kind of is dark. And so when you're working with color, it's a little bit tricky. So we've been working on different ways of kind of like organizing, when we started the store, neither of us had um, uh, retail beads selling experience before. Not really. I mean, I had done shows and I had done lots and lots of shows, but a show is very different from a bead store. And so it took a minute to kind of figure things out. And like when we first opened our store, we had the bright idea to put things away and like hide things. So you had to like go through different boxes, and we had these like treasure chests that you'd open up and then you like pull out different things. And what we realized is that if you don't see it and there are certain eye levels that people see things, they won't buy it. They won't like I like the challenge of like hunting and digging for things, but not everybody likes that. So, so we quickly realized that and ended up having to change things around. And then I went the opposite angle. So I went and started like filling as much as I could visually. And then people got what's called horo-vacui, which is afraid of blank spaces. And so I had stuff dripping from the ceilings. There's all the walls covered, and all the tables, multi-layered tables. And people, when they walked into the store, their eyes started twitching and getting real round. And some people would walk back out. Like they just could not deal with the overwhelmingness of how much stuff was just, there's so much visual information. So eventually, after having the store for a while, we realized that the eye needs breaks. Lighting matters, and people only look at certain eye levels. So in the shop, you can actually, we call them hot spots, and those spots are generally where we'll always sell. Anything that's in that spot will sell. There's not very many of those, but generally speaking, there's like a spot where people somehow they end up through the flow of walking through the store. They end up in that spot, seeing that thing. And if you have it at the right price point, generally speaking, it always sells. So, and like the counter is like a good space for like knickknacks and like little tiny things that are like impulse purchases. One of my friends actually worked for some of the major retailers. And one of his jobs was to kind of get that like the consumer psychological profile of how people shop and how they see things. And so they would make certain things certain colors, and they would it was pretty wild, some of the things that he would tell us um, about what they like do to like increase sales, and not in like in a bad way, but just like um just figuring out where people see things. And I think that's super important. All right. Marianne says, I don't have space for pegboards and I rent. I do have some of my beads in small containers, but they were all out the last time I went to the Dollar Tree. Yeah, that's another thing, is like space saving is a big thing. We're starting to think about that more also because we just have so much stuff and it gets a little overwhelming sometimes. So we've been doing a lot of work to try to figure out how things flow. And one thing that I'm pretty adamant about is that if you can't reach it and if you can't like open a door, you're not going to. So sometimes we'll like put a box in front of a door, and that pretty much says I'm not interested in what's in behind that door, because it's like a psychological thing. And I've noticed this. I'm more apt to move stuff if I don't like it, but William, he will walk around it. And I kind of did a trick, not a trick, but just like and this sounds terrible that I'm like doing psychological studies on my husband, but like I put like something in the walkway, and I was like waiting to see like if he would move it or if he would not move it. And he didn't move it. So we moved it because I almost tripped and fell and broke my head open. So yeah. So it's interesting to think about space and how people navigate those spaces. I also realized that when we're both kind of like depressed or like in a funk, um, we start putting stuff in front of the entrances and exits. And I don't know if y'all do that or not, but like I don't know. It just like gets blocked. Like we're like barricading ourselves in and like battling down the hatches to be like protected or something. I don't know. But it's a weird kind of psychological um thing. And like I know some people don't like Marie Kondo. But I kind of like it. And when I'm in a kick to kind of tidy up, I'll watch that series on Netflix. Not the first episode. I don't really care for the first episode. But then when I put that on, it kind of gets me in that kind of rhythm of doing that. Danette says, I have 2 rolling carts to store my little closed containers of beads. Oh, that's nice. Danette says, Marion, that's where I get my little containers as well. I got 6 round containers in the craft section. Excuse me. And then saw hanging up 10 or 12 little square bowls. Harry says, I emptied 120 compartment boxes this week. Holy smokes. I saw that. That was impressive. I am sorting beads into drawers, and some of them are in AG cardboard boxes. I use both the top and bottom. We also do that. I like the little container. And cardboard tops and bottoms, I use those frequently. It jumped. All right. Here it says, I use the rectangular Fresh containers, which come in 10s. That's cool. Danette says, when I'm working with certain beads, I pour them in little glass bowls, get the, get them at the thrift stores. Yeah, that's where most of so when we opened the store in the very beginning, we did not have very much money. We started the store with $10,000. Um, and that paid for everything. That paid the rent, that paid the security, that paid the inventory, that paid the furniture, that paid the marketing, that paid everything. Now, granted, we took furniture out of our house and used that as store display. And we used to like reuse tubes from seed beads, and we really stretched a dollar back in the day. um, and yeah, uh, so a lot of the bowls and containers that we got, I found at thrift stores, and I found one of our friends. His name was Dwayne Hall. He had an antique shop a couple doors down from us, and I think he was intrigued by us selling beads. He was a little bit. I think he was a little bit unsure of how we would make a living selling beads, but he was a good sport, and he's since passed. That's why I'm referring to him in the past tense. Um, but he would always kind of like set aside some things because he would do the estate sales and stuff. And so he would set aside some glassware. And for a while, our store looked pretty like fancy. Like there was hardly any plastic. Everything was all like crystal and stuff like that. But sometimes people break stuff. So we still have a lot of crystal, but we don't have as much of it as we used to. And part of that is because when I would work at the shop, I used to be there every day back in when we first started. um, People would be like, "Oh," there would be like the dad jokes. They'd come in and they'd be like, "Oh, is this candy? Don't want to chip my teeth." And I was like, "Ah, ha, ha, yep." Anyways, so Cheryl's watching. Hey, Cheryl. Um, Danette says, Harry, when you are using the AG boxes, do you leave them open to see what beads you have? And then Harry said, yes, Danette, I always have to see what is in the box. I have bins with 10 pounds of beads or more. Part of the creative process is sorting. And Harry says, I've started to make little flat ceramic bowls. Oh, good. Useful. Yeah, so for me, if I don't see it, if I can't see it, it's basically it doesn't exist. And I'm pretty good about stuff like that, knowing where things are, almost to like GPS locator with like sonar, maybe, whatever that is that tracks stuff down. But yeah, I have to put things away in a certain way, otherwise it doesn't exist for me. Otherwise, it just kind of like exists in this like limbo space that's not real. So yeah. All right. Well, let's flip this around and we'll get going because otherwise I could talk about our yesteryear of the store all day long, and then you'd be like, all right, Grandpa, move along. I gotta do something. Gotta feed the cats. All right. I'm going to take a moment to drink some of my water so I don't get parched out. And so at the start of yesterday, we did a little tutorial. And then, so I finished this bracelet. Oh, so William, if you're still at the cottage, on the spinning rack that is in between the bead room and the shipping, there should be, if we have any left, some slider um, tube uh, clasps. And if we don't have them, they should be in an antique bronze. If they aren't there anymore, then they're behind the counter in the bin that says antique brass closures. Anyway, so I need one of those, please. So this is what it looks like. I think that's fun. It kind of looks like a little bit like stained glass. And then that AB finish really gives it that razzle dazzle, y'all. Um and so basically when I added threads, I tied them off and added new threads and then kept going. And this was pretty quick. I did this pretty quick. And then I wove the ends back in. And if you're on our Patreon, I listed the written instructions on how to make this bracelet. So that's a plug for our Patreon so that people will sign up and then we'll keep adding content there. All right. So this is that square stitch bracelet and using the cubes. All I need to do is just sew in the end, the clasp. I like a tube clasp for this particular design because if you do a toggle, you kind of have to add a little extra here. But with the tube clasp, it slides. And sometimes they're magnetic, which some people can't wear them for their heart and stuff. But I like them. I think they're useful, and they don't take up a lot of space. Sometimes clasps they take up a lot of space, and you kind of have to figure that into your design. And I don't necessarily mind that, but sometimes you just want this to be, you know, the main event. So I like that. It has kind of like a Tiffany vibe or something. And you can see it in action, kind of. All right. Oh, Williams is left already. I can go back if we really need one. No, that's all right. I'll do it tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Let me get the light. All right. So today we're doing shaped beads, and it's gonna be a hodgepodge. I mentioned this yesterday. This is not my arm, by the way. Somebody was like, "Why is your arm always in the picture?" And I was like, "I hope people do not think that this is my arm." I mean, the color is somewhat similar, but hopefully my arm doesn't look like that ever. Marion says more Lalique vibe for me. Yeah, I could see that. Lalique. All right, here's the thing. I'm gonna put this in there so you're not looking at a blank screen. People they turn their nose up so hard about plastic, and you know what? But then they're like fall down on their knees praising Lalique, and they're like, "Oh, I love Lalique, Lalique the master, Lalique, 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 Renee, Renee, Renee." And you know what? He used plastic. They just called it a fancy name. And so he was a big pioneer of using more accessible materials and to kind of experiment with new materials. And so when I mentioned that, people look like they got thunderstruck, like they got slapped in the face that he would ever deign to use plastic. And it's like anything, it depends on what you use, what you do with it, that makes it different and unique and puts like your artistic stamp on it. It's not so much about just like you can use really expensive beads and make them look cheap, just like you can use really inexpensive materials and make them look very high end. So you just kind of have to roll with it and do your own, and try to I don't want to say be less judgmental, but That's basically what I'm trying to say. So if you feel cringy about plastic, there's lots of, I mean, I don't know. I'll stop talking about that because that gets hot button to debate. Because we were in a class once, and so I was like, I like these discs because they're made of plastic because they last forever. But then I also don't like these discs because they're plastic and they last forever. And for like environmental reasons. So that's why I like vintage plastic. And so, anyways, we're not doing vintage plastic. We're not doing Lily. We're doing shape seed beads. And as I mentioned previously, they come out with a new shape like every other day and new finishes. And if you had a store of just new shapes and new finishes and everything, it would be like Mall of America style. And it'd just be going on forever and ever until the end of time. So because we are a tiny, 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 tiny store, little itty bitty thing, um, we do not carry all the shapes. We can get them in for you if you are hankering for something and you can't find it or you want to support us directly. You can always request them from us and we will do our best to get them in for you. We do that for a lot of folks actually. Um, so yeah, so we do offer that service if people want, but I will say that we don't have all the shapes and all the bells and whistles, all that. But we do have some. So I'm going to show you what we do have. And if you're interested in claiming anything tonight, most of you are long-time supporters, so you know the drill. Send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com. Put the lot number in the subject line and send it to us. Some of these have more than one, so if you want more than one, just do a times 2 or times 10. We don't have 10 of anything tonight, so don't worry about that. But just times whatever, and then it's a first come first serve basis. Please send a fresh new email every time you claim something because if you reply to your past email, what it does is it collates and then makes crazy time for William. And then he's always so good about trying to accommodate everybody. I'm like, oh well, we just go by the one that we see. And then so um yeah, so that's you may miss out. So if you do your best, usually we do try to do our best as well. All right. Oh, I see some new folks. Um, Sally's watching. Sally says, "Yeah, I can see the Tiffany glass or mosaic look on the bracelet. Very pretty." Well, where I grew up in a town called Winter Park, Florida. I grew up in the poor part, not the rich part. But there was a museum called the Hosmer Morris Museum, and they specialize in Tiffany glass. And most people don't know this, but he also did some mosaic work. So he has a chapel, and he made this chapel out of iridescent glass. And I think at one point when they found it, it was originally like submerged in water. I mean, it was at like the World's Fair or something. And when they found it, it was in pretty rough condition, but they restored it. So for me, I remember going to this little tiny museum, and they had like free days or like pay $1 and get in. And then I used to go there all the time with my friend Janessa, and we would go there, and it was just so nice. And so when I see this bracelet, it reminds me kind of those tiles in that chapel that he made. So maybe that's why I think of that. Michelle says, "Wow, they really say that." We hear a lot of stuff. Sally says, "Oh, Lalik, I love it. Me too." William says, "I'm cracking up thinking about that being your arm." You know what? But I do lean on the indigo, so maybe they were talking about like this, my elbow. Is this like my hand? Anyways, I'm getting ridiculous. Susan's watching. Hey, Susan. Michelle says, I was still tripping out on people thinking that the wood piece is Andrew's arm. You know, they don't tell William that, but they tell me that. And I was like, what y'all doing? Sally says, hi, my daily peeps. I missed last night's live show. I thought it was good. We did square and cube beads. If you didn't see that, the night before we did delicas, and then the night before that we did more delicas, and then I feel like the night before that we did eights, but I could be making stuff up. All right, let's show something. All right, this is SHSB1. Cheryl says, who's ready? Me, I'm ready. All right. So I have 2 of these available. So these are magatamas, and these are pretty cool. I like them. These are magatama transparent matte aqua. And you can tell this is an old one because this is my handwriting, and this is probably from the first store. So magatamas, if you didn't know, they're kind of like offset, kind of like rice. I don't know how to describe that. More like that pasta that you make the risotto out of, that orboro or whatever it's called. Oop. And I'm not going to do this for every one of them because we'll be here until the end of time. But if you're not familiar with magatamas, I wanted to show you. So they're kind of like a drop that is offset. See how it is? It's almost like a diamond where the hole goes this way. And these are really wonderful. If you do spiral stitch, that is a really cool, it makes almost like a dragon spine. I'm listening to The Fourth Wing, a book about this college for dragon rider people. It's pretty good so far. I like it. But anyway, so these ones, they're $2.60 a tube, and I only have 2 of these tubes available. No, it's SHSB1, as in boy or Bertha. And then here's this one. This one we get fancy. Look, not fancy, fancy. And there looked like it's all done by weight. So these are 4 by 6 millimeter long. See, and then this one, it changed it. The autocorrect changed it to matter, but it's supposed to be matte. Anyway, so we have 2 of these available. SHSB1, $2.60 a tube. I'll only show you one so you don't get the idea that you get both. Not that y'all think that, but it's $2.60 per tube. And let me pull up the email. No claims for that yet, but we're going to move on. I don't think there are any claims for that. All right, moving on. Cheryl said, never saw those used before. Let me put this down and I'll go hunt for something. All right, so up next is SHSB2, $2.60 a tube. And they are in this transparent red color magatamas. And they're that bright kind of cyan red, ruby kind of, not quite as dark as ruby. And SHSB 260. We have 3 tubes of those available. All right, let me go and see if I have. I know I've made a lot of these sample, but I don't know if I have them here. Here are the ones I made over the summer. Let me see if I can jack this up. This is all the projects that we made over the summer, y'all. William already left. Otherwise, I would tell him to go and get those samples. I'm trying to see if I have the magatama samples. I don't think I have it. So I'll post a picture somewhere tonight or tomorrow. But we do have drops coming up later tonight, and this is done with drops. That's that zigzag zipper. But then I embellished it with some drops. All right, let's get back to it. They look like super duos, but they're not. And I'll get a super duo out and show you. We do have some super duos coming up. They are different in the sense that super duos, they're pinched on both sides, and the magatamas are like, let me draw it for you, because me talking maybe is not the best. Y'all be like, what the heck are you talking about? All right, here's this. Let's drop that. So a magatama is shaped kind of like this. And then the hole goes through like this. And it's rounded off. So it's kind of offset. And these are the longs. They make shorter magatamas, or they used to make shorter magatamas. I don't know if they make them anymore because they were not very popular. Now the super duo looks more like this. And then there's holes that go like this. So this is like a magatama shape, and then this is a super duo shape. And it's kind of cute. It makes it, these kind of look like an owl from the front. All right. I'm not, I would say that they are different. Like a super duo is a little bit more round or oval. And then this is a little bit more, it's a little bit sharper. So this is a little bit more round. There's a hole. And then this one is like this. So when it hits off, it looks almost like a spine. So yeah. All right. So there we go. All right. So if you didn't see, here's my wood arm. Hello everyone. And then this is SHSB2 260 3 tubes, and yeah. All right, moving on. I'm in the mood for something sweet tonight. I know I'm trying to cut back on eating on goodies, but I'm not been real successful with that. SHSB3. I went to a school where our initials were SHS, but this stands for shape, and this is seed bead, and then this is the number. And I should have done something with my nails before I went on camera. All right. So the next one up is this one. This is another magatama. It's a Japanese seed bead from Mayuki. Hallelujah.
Hello, everybody.
William can take over.
What's going on?
You know I don't like to be do the talk part.
That's fine on the talk.
I like it when you do the talk part, and then I can be up and away.
Yeah, it gives you better light.
Also, not a tripping hazard. The time I'm almost cracked my skull open for y'all.
Tripping over the lights.
For the love of the beads.
Did you get the Oh, you didn't get Instagram.
I don't know how to do that. He'd be talking like I know how to do the computer. I used to do stuff or pretend like it.
Your phone, though, it is.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Then it says, "Oh, you're doing wonderful." Oh, William is more wonderful.
What you got over here?
Quagmire.
I was gonna say that's not in any order.
It is in the order of the heart. So you just have to feel your way.
Feel your way through.
Correct.
Oh my goodness.
So here's a silver line, flame red. You gotta do some Christmas stuff. You getting ready for Christmas in July. And your Christmas stuff in April, March, whatever month this is. Here you go. Cheryl says, nothing to worry about, William. I'm excited he's back. So happy. All right. Here, let me get in on that.
Without me?
Probably be a panhandler on the street.
I don't know about that.
Maybe anybody like a middle age, half and half. Somebody get that particular kink. I can kind of cook.
We're on a roll tonight.
I can't really clean very good, but I can cook. If you know my dishes sitting in the sink, and you have to basically care for me like an invalid, then here you go.
Oh my goodness. You're not making yourself sound very great.
The email settings. What's the email setting? Y'all don't know how to email us yet? Here you go. info@Alderbury Gallery. All right, here you go. Here, let William take over, and I'll go over here and sort the beads. Y'all like this? This one, this red one, that's real pretty. Okay, you want to buy that? I got 3 of them. $2.80. It's a little bit more because they put the silver line. That 20 cents.
All right, got these.
Oh, by the way, you say you're saving 20% off, y'all. I don't know if y'all caught that. That's telling people stories.
I heard some of your stories.
All right, here, let's swap.
Ooh, it's hot in here.
I was cold at first. Woo. Now I'm not.
Woo. Hey, swap.
He's ready for it too before we lose all our customers. Oh, it is warmer up here.
Ooh.
The heat rises, I guess.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Easy brazy again.
Back to your chosen life over there.
The behind the camera. I can be one with my Morlock ways.
Where are we?
In the hidden times.
Okay.
That's still hot. I almost burned my behind on that. Perfect.
They're in order. I got them in order.
And see where we leave where I left off.
23.
Oh,
don't forget 22. because you threw it out of order.
No, I'm putting in the right way.
Okay, everybody.
Who's ready?
Who's ready? Are you enjoying tonight, everybody? Is Andrew entertaining you all?
The comedy hour. Some people probably don't think it's that funny. We'll get email about it later.
I'll pass that along to you.
The humor this evening.
I'll pass that along to you.
And I will promptly delete it before I cause any more problems.
So y'all, the Saturday morning tutorial, Jen, she made it earlier today, and she designed it, and she did it knowing that she would probably forget a piece of it as she was filming it. And what happened? She forgot the piece of it. So you're going to get to see her fix her mistake on camera, which I think is always one of those things that is good to see. We never edit those out, even though it would make the video a lot shorter if we did. But we just kind of go with it so that you can see, if you do forget something, how she fixes it like in real time.
I like that.
Which I think is very important, because so many things I think are so polished anymore that you don't see that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You don't actually, everybody looks like they never make a mistake.
Yeah, you go watch that Instagram and then somebody make a project in 2 seconds and it takes 12 hours.
Yeah. So this, you're going to see her, how she fixes it, what she does. She changes up her design a little bit and goes with the flow, as she says, her willy-nilly ways. And you're going to get to see how she does that. So I think it's going to be a really kind of cool tutorial. You know, sometimes people are afraid to post things like that. Like it's not perfect. It's not, but we kind of love that. I don't want Jen making all the mistakes all the time, right? Jen, you know, be here forever, but it is interesting to see how she fixes things and does things on the fly. So you're going to get to see that in this coming Saturday morning tutorial. And hopefully I'm going to edit that tonight. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to try and get it edited early so that it has time to upload, because it is a longer one, because it's longer than we thought it was going to be, because she has to fix what happened.
When I took a class, I took this knife making class, and it was really cool. The instructor was very nice, and he was so nice, like ridiculously nice. And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I should have messed up for you so you could see how I fixed it. But this one turned out too good. I'm real sorry, guys."
He apologized for not messing up. Yeah. Cheryl says, "You're both a hoot." Marianne says, "The videos with fixes are the best." Michelle says, "That's good to see." Sally says, "I think it's a great idea to see the designer fix something." We do too. That's why we don't edit them out. There have been a number of them that she's done that with, and we've gotten really positive feedback on that, actually, which is good. Yeah. So now this one does not have a name. I don't have names on this label, but it's this color.
It's a luster. What's that fancy one?
Yeah, it's a very fancy one. It was $5 a tube.
Magatama.
These are the magatamas still. SH for shape, SB for seed bead, shape seed bead number 4. There are 2 tubes of these available. I don't know what color it is, but it's super dang pretty.
It's got luster.
LMA 460, if you're looking that up.
It's got like a raspberry on a dark with a little bit of gold.
Yeah.
So raspberry gold.
Maybe an AB. I don't know.
No, AB is like more rainbow flash.
Okay.
So
there's some green in there. There's some gold in there.
I don't know. I can look it up. What is that? LMA.
LMA 460.
No, I can't. You have my phone. Never mind.
He's like, can't do it.
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful. So sorry I don't got all the names, but you don't need the names. What's the matter? You're just looking at pretty things and buying them if you like it, right?
And plus 20% off.
20% off. It was $5. You're getting it for $4 a tube. Only 2 tubes available. Whew, it's hot in here. I got to take off a shirt. I'm stripping down, y'all. This is not only bead fans.
I know, right? Do it.
Okay.
That's a specific client.
That's a specific client. I'll do it behind the camera. This is not only bead fans, right?
Go show that. I'm gonna stop.
Show that jiggly back here.
People be like, what am I watching?
I did start running, but I did not get that far yet. All right, everybody. SHSB4. One of those is now gone, so there's one still available only.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. So far, we have 2 of the SHSB3s still available. I'm sorry, no, those are gone. The 2s, we have 2 of those available, and that's it. So far, the 2s, 2 of these still left available. That's everything else has been purchased so far.
What in the hey with these rubber bands?
Except for one of those.
Is this like the dollar?
The hey what?
This is like a spaghetti.
Oh, I know. You need rubber bands? There's some here.
But
some survived. They're probably...
now.
Sally looked up the name. It's dark raspberry. Makes perfect sense.
See? I didn't make that up.
He says, I didn't make it up.
You think I just free associate here on the TV time?
Sometimes.
He's like, yes.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly so. Did you all share this video? It's like comedy hour tonight.
They probably shouldn't.
They probably shouldn't. Don't tell them that.
Yeah, I'm going to get in trouble.
Share the video, everybody.
There's going to be a strongly worded email.
So I was asking, how many beads are in a tube of magatamas? About 7.6 grams.
Yeah, at one point I counted them out. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, there's 10 grams. Sorry, 10 grams worth. That's how many there are. I'm sorry, we don't have an estimate of how many. Everything is done by weight.
Hey, how about we'll do this? It'll probably take me by the end of the video to count that many. But everybody guess how many magatamas are in
this tube.
And you'll get a prize.
Closest number wins. So think about this. We'll ask you at the end. Don't send them like the comments all through the video. We'll ask you at the end, okay, what's your number? And then we will give a prize to the person who gets closest.
What do you want as a prize?
So this is Mayuki magatamas, 4x7 millimeter, transparent pale amethyst luster. Look at those little babies right there.
You know, the more words, the higher the price. Except
this is only $3.25.
What?
But not for you. For you, it's $2.60. These are old. These are printed. This is when we did long barcodes, because that's the only thing our system could recognize were these very long ones, at least of the ones we could print. They're printed on paper, and then they're taped down with Scotch tape, so you can see.
Individually.
Yeah, everyone was cut by hand. These aren't labels back here. These are actual just pieces of paper. They were all cut by hand. Actually, I think they were label paper. I think they are labels, but it was long, big, giant sheets of label paper.
No, it was paper.
Was it paper? And then
I did that.
and then they were taped on. And so these have been since probably the second or third year of the store, because we modernized a little bit with barcodes.
Our friend Norma Lewis, she helped us get a square, and that's why
like the square stand with the register and the barcode reader. Yes.
I was like, I'm fancy. I'm like Giant Eagle.
So here we go. There's only 2 of these available. SHSB5. Actually, there's only 1 still available at $2.60 if you like that. That's a freaking good deal, y'all. Just grab it. You never know when you might need these.
I don't know if they still have all the colors. I know that a lot of different things got discontinued. Hey, do you have your phone, bro?
Yes. You need a calculator again?
Correct, bro.
Make sure it's not going to blare. There we go. Blast out our video I was watching. Okay, these look like an amethyst too, of some sort. SHSB6. There is only 1 tube of these available. Looks like a transparent amethyst to me. That's LMA 142.
That's what that is, bro.
Bruh. Okay. Oh, I gotta give you. There's the tube that you're gonna count. give you that particular tube. But Cheryl's already guessing 100 beads for 10 grams. So we'll see. But don't guess yet. And everybody, because I want to keep track of everybody's vote. So we'll take a guessing at the end when we ask for it. Because otherwise, I'm going to lose it all through the comments.
Yeah, there's no way to grow back.
Grow back. Yeah, sometimes they cut our comments off. We can't go back to the beginning. SHSB, so shaped seed bead, 6, $2.60 for this tube. That's 20% off, see approximately 10 grams. That's 20% off or so, 20, 21, 22, somewhere in there percent off. Our retail prices, which are old retail prices, I'm sure.
Oh, we got some oldies but goodies.
Right. So there you go. SHSB 6, $2.60. One tube available of that smoky amethyst, which I think is what that color is. Oh, guess what else I heard today?
What is it?
Barb's back.
What?
She just I messaged her tonight, and she just got in. So I'll be speaking with her tomorrow.
Let's have a parade.
Have a parade, right?
Hopefully she's like, I still want to work.
Like, nah.
Not like, I'm going to become a full-time grandma now.
I know. She's like, we liked it down there so much. We bought a house and...
Stop.
Stop. He's like, don't bring that. Don't bring that. Right. SHSB7. These are super, super, super pretty. These are magatamas. These are sparkle celery. Looks like SPKL, sparkle.
I love that.
Sparkle celery, lined crystal.
I would pair that with like a maroon. Beautiful.
Maroon. So we showed a tube. Danette said missing what we were guessing the number of. We showed a tube of seed beads, and somebody was asking how many. Sally was asking how many were in there, because everything's done by grams. They're about 10-gram tubes. So at the end of this video, we're going to ask you, so how many do you think are in that tube? And since you're on YouTube, you can go backwards in time and look at that tube. It's like this one, but the person, when we ask that question, who gets closest to the correct number of beads in that tube is going to win a prize.
And it's going to be like the Price is Right. If you go over, well, how do you think over?
I think just the first person that gets closest without going over. I think we should, like Price is Right. I think we should do that.
Because what if you get somebody who guesses, say if there is 100 beads.
Somebody does 101 and somebody does 99.
Then who's going
to get it?
Coin?
I know. So closest closest without going over.
What's that sound they made?
Okay, so this is celery. This one's sold already. I'm showing it to you, and it's already sold. Probably been sold for the last 2 minutes. Thank you.
Because I'm so talk a lot. You know that
you throw me off, get me distracted. Plinko. Who didn't love Plinko? It was like the least played game
because it was the most loved.
Yep, and everyone's favorite because and everyone got so excited when the Plinko board came out.
I went to Gatlinburg and to go to Arrowmont, and they had like this like child casino where you know, like a Chuck E. Cheese is like a
child casino.
And
these are magatamas, transparent dark topaz, $2.20. Only one available.
And they had a Plinko, and I was so almost on the verge of going in and playing. Push them kids out the way. And
get out the way.
Move
I'm here for this.
For Golden Dumpling. I'm going to come up here and play the Plinko, my long cherished wish. I almost made a Plinko, Loving Hands a home style, in the backyard.
Plinko was, Danette says, I love Plinko. I know, right?
I don't know if that new person does Plinko.
And then...
do they still do Plinko?
I don't know if they still do Plinko on The Price is Right.
I haven't seen that in years.
I haven't either. We don't take sick days off to stay home and watch
ginger ale and salt and crackers
and watch The Price is Right.
We also had rice tea.
Rice tea?
You too white for that.
Yeah, I did not have rice tea.
No, that's an Asian.
Okay, next up, these are LMA 143 FR for frosted. These are $3.50 originally, $2.80. There's 2 tubes available. These are a nice bright green frosted with an AB finish on them. Isn't that fun?
That make a good fringe for that bracelet.
Mm.
You made last night.
Aren't magatamas cool?
You know, that's a shape that I don't see people use a lot.
They look like little teeth, like a zipper or like a tooth.
Whose
like, you know, like a sawtooth.
That? Oh, I was...
Not
like,
somebody.
Not.
No, like a sawtooth, like teeth on a saw.
Maybe like a dog.
Dog tooth.
But no, I hope not a human.
No, when you put them on a string, they look like a sawtooth. When you string them up. Or they can.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so this is SHSB9, and those are both sold multiple times over. Thank you so much.
See, people like it when you do the talking.
They were buying stuff from you.
No,
I saw that.
Like you.
That's because you only did 3.
Well, I was getting them ready.
Okay, I guess we're moving on to super duos now. Super duos, y'all. You know what
asked about that.
Do you know what a super duo is?
That.
This. And we're starting with black, which you can't actually see very well. So let me show you. Super duos, they look like a little mask to me.
Like an owl.
Like an owl face mask. So let me show you here. Let me try and prop one up on its side. So they are pinched. They look like they're pinched in on the edges. You can see that there. That's the edge. And then on those pinched edges, they each have a hole. So they're like an owl or like a pig nose, something like that.
When they're pink, they do look like a pig nose.
So that's what they look like. Those are super duos, 2 holes through them, hence the duo name. And we have SHSB10. These were $4.75. They're approximately 2.5 by 5 millimeters. These are jet colored, which is black, and they are down to $3.80 each. We have 4 tubes of these available. SH for shaped, SB for seed bead, 10. SHSB 10. Danette says, are you going to be showing any more square seed beads, specifically brown? No. Squares are done. Squares are done.
If you want some, you can get some.
We can order them for you, but they are not going to be at the discounted price.
This is us clearing house.
Yeah, we're clearing out inventory.
Spring cleaning.
This is what we've got left.
Cubes, though, so
cubes are good.
Correct.
Although we had a lot of them, so apparently a lot of people don't like them.
Do we have a lot?
Look at these bags full of cubes.
Oh, I think I got a deal with
All right, everybody. SHSB 10, 380, and nobody wants these yet. So they're all 4 still available.
Oh my gosh, those are so cool for like if you're gonna do like ornaments, like the snowflakes.
Mm-hmm.
There's about 1,000 videos on how to make super duo snowflake.
1,000 videos. SHSB 11. These are opaque yellow super duos. They were $3.75 down to $3. There's a better view of what they look like. You can actually see them in this color a little bit. Excuse me, a little bit better.
You know, so we live in Pennsylvania, and we live on the west side of Pennsylvania.
It's true.
So there is I don't know if you've heard of them, but there's a team called the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's true.
And I used to teach Steeler bracelet classes with these super duos.
With this color.
Do you know how many yellow and black bracelets I've made in my life?
So between this one and this one,
I didn't make them, but we did a class. You know who taught that class?
Who?
Allison is the one who
Oh,
started
Allison. Yeah, she was all for the sports team
that. And
stuff. So those two together, Steelers. What else? The Penguins. Aren't the Penguins black and gold too?
I think so.
And what's the baseball team?
You asked the wrong person.
Pirates. I think they're all black and gold. And this is like that particular bright color yellow that a lot of people use for that.
And we made so many of those bracelets.
Okay, so SHSB11, there is one tube of those left at $3 for the tube instead of the retail price of $3.75.
You know, apparently, the first time I went, I flew from there. Somebody said, "Oh, did you bring your terrible towel?" And I thought he was being nasty. And I was like, I don't take kindly to that. And he must have thought I was like a Baltimore fan or something.
Oh,
'Cause,
on the other team.
uh-huh.
Yep, Pirates, Penguins, and Steelers are black and gold. Yep.
I didn't know what he was talking about. Apparently, there's this do-rag that you like shake at people.
There is a towel in bright yellow that is the terrible towel, and they shake it during the games. It's an interesting tradition. I don't know where it came from. Okay, who loves Picasso? I know a lot of you out there love the Picasso beads because you've been telling us. So we have one tube, and only one tube,
I love those,
of these yellow Picasso Super Duos. They were $6.25 a tube originally, down to $5 on this live sale. And you have the yellow Picasso, what that is, yellow Picasso Super Duos. Again, these are 2.5 by 5 millimeter Super Duos. Aren't those pretty? Those look like little noses to me. So there you go. Or Owl Face Friends. There you go. Norma says, I have a terrible towel in my linen closets. I don't even like the Steelers or football. I know. So that was SHSB12, and it is sold. Thank you so much. Danette says, the terrible towel was an idea by Myron Cope. Can't even remember the whole story behind the terrible towel. Me either. I just know at one point I started hearing about this terrible towel, and my family all had to have terrible towels. I'm like, what in the world is this? What is this craziness? All right, who likes Picasso again? Me. This is dark, transparent topaz Picasso, and we're into drops, y'all. So these are drop beads. These are no longer Super Duos. We've moved into drop territory. Let me open one of these if I can and show you what they look like. Little drops. So these are really hard to, let me put this over here before I dump it over. So the drops, the holes are at the top, at the thinner part, and then they drop down like a little drop. Doop, doop. That's the bottom over on this side and the top up here with the hole through it. They are hard to see because they roll around. Roly-polies. Roly-poly. Is it roly-polies wobble but they don't fall down? What was that? What was that? Weeble wobbles. Weeble wobbles. They don't fall down. They're like little weeble wobbles. So there you go. And these are the dark, transparent topaz Picassos. They were $4.25 a tube. They're now $3.40 a tube. Oh, and by the way, everybody, I did not get to invoice everybody for yesterday yet. All right. So we will be invoicing probably tomorrow for everybody for yesterday's video and this video.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, sorry about that. I did not get that done today. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down, right? There you go, Danette.
I
Okay.
remember there was a show that was really popular called ER. Do y'all remember that?
ER. Mm-hmm.
And then that one character, Noah Wiley, he's taking his girlfriend around to meet his parents or whatever, and she's like showing him like the thrift store, and then they go to his house, and then he was telling stories about playing with the Fabergé eggs as Weeble Wobble. And she was like, I do not think this is gonna work out.
I did not have that experience.
We are coming from two different worlds.
Okay, y'all. This is a super duper price. These are red silver lined drops. Red silver line drops. Sorry, there are so many stickers on this one, it's hard to see them, but there they are. There's only one tube available at $2. SHSB 14. It's 14. SHSB 13, those Picassos are still available. Nobody grabbed any yet. SHSB 14 are these red silver lined drops. You don't like the drops, everybody?
Nobody
want the drops?
I think they're so fun for fringe.
These are totally fringeable.
They make such a pretty kind of embellishment. They catch the light in a way.
Yeah, they're like little dewdrops.
I love it.
So there they are. Silver lined red drops. One tube available. And they are $2 for that one tube. SHSB 14.
When you add it into a spiral stitch, it looks like it's studded by light.
Ooh.
How do y'all not like that?
No one likes studded by light?
I am here for it.
$1.50 a tube? What in the world's going on, Andrew?
Prices.
Oh, these are back. These are again these labels again are the ones that we got before we opened our store. This is inventory we purchased with that original 10,000 that Andrew was telling you about. So this is probably 2010 pricing. It's definitely pre-2011. $1.85 for this tube, down to $1.50.
I think she felt bad for us, so she made that work, and we couldn't get everything. I remember I went to her house and we were going through the stash.
Didn't we make another trip then? Yeah, after that.
Get everything.
We couldn't afford everything the first time through, so we had to make strategic picks.
And so we were there until like midnight, and your mom was there, and she was like,
I didn't go with you that time, but my mom went with you. Yeah.
And me and your mom had to go pick out the beads, and I could see her eyes glaze over.
She hit her limit.
Yeah, I mean, because we went to this bead show to begin with, and at that point it was the largest bead show on the East Coast, and her eyes like flashed with fire.
My mom did like the bead shows.
She's like, oh my gosh, people actually do make money off of this. And then there's a pile of rubies, and she's like, that's like a pile of rubies there. That's like the whole economy budget for Pennsylvania is in this world.
All of the SHSB 15s are sold, by the way. Thank you so much. Somebody likes the drops. A few people like them. Next up, SHSB 16, $1.80 for the blue silver lined drops.
And then we went to my friend's house, and we could only afford, I think it was like $5,000, because we also had to pay everything else.
Amy says, R.I.P. Bead Fest.
Oh no. Did you go to that Maker Fest?
Danette says, proceeds from the sales of Terrible Towels go to the Allegheny Valley School, which is a school for people with mental disabilities and physical disabilities. Well, that's good.
That's nice, then. I feel like I should own one of those.
One now. Maybe that's why Norma owns one.
They just start appearing.
Right.
Here, take this.
So this is the beautiful transparent blue with silver lined hole in the drops. Only one of these available, SHSB 16, and it's sold. Thank you so much. Cheryl says I'm going to Milwaukee's Maker Fest in May.
Oh, nice.
That'd be fun.
I have a class in May. I'm going to the Center for Metal Art. I won a scholarship, and I'm gonna be learning how to weld with soap.
He has been so hungry to learn how to weld.
Your dad at one point offered to show me, and then that didn't
happen. Amy says, yes, I went last year. It was meh.
I went the first year and we got COVID, so that was not ideal.
Oh, is that the one we went to? You did a presentation.
I didn't even sell anything. I didn't even make any money.
Nope, we just drove there, did a presentation.
Picked up some COVID.
I
did have some delicious food there.
Oh, from the...
It's called Nobu.
From the Nepalese.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That was worth it.
That was is that the sister restaurant to the other one we go to? Yak and Yeti, yeah. This is SHSB 17. There are 5 of these available, $1.70 each. Bright Sunshine Yellow Seed Bead Drops.
Yeah, that was delicious. I would eat that again.
Me too.
Hey, Amy, did you go? You probably have like real stuff.
Aren't these beautiful?
I guess it's, yeah, it was good.
Bright
the one
yellow.
that used to sell pearls. Did you know that?
Who?
The one with the little girl.
Where?
At that Yak and Yeti when it was in New Cumberland. I said, you look familiar. And she's like, yeah, I used to sell pearls to you.
I don't remember her saying that.
Uh-huh. It's true. She used to live in New York and worked with my friend Helena at Pearl Concepts.
Okay, everybody. SHSB 18, $2 a tube. Crystal clear. Get some icy. Got some winter projects to make. Add some icy fringe on. Crystal drops. $2 a tube instead of $2.50 a tube. SHSB 18. Only 2 tubes available in the crystal clear drops. Aren't they pretty? I think they're pretty.
Now I'm in the mood to seed bead.
Now you're in the mood to seed bead?
It's
making it happen over there?
I guess I do seed beads like every night.
Yeah, you just did this.
No, but the big one.
The big one?
You know. Little dumpling fish.
SHSB 19. Oh, only $1.80 a tube, everybody. $1.80 a tube.
We can even probably buy that again the same price.
No, we could not. And actually, are there 2 different colors in here? Are these the same color? These are different colors. So this one, of course, the one color that... sorry, everybody. It's this one. Because this was, I'm like, $1.80? Those were only $1.85. That's not 20%. This is $2.20. And this is SBD PCB drop 14. I don't know, but they're green. They're green, everybody. These ones, I don't know what the difference is. This is 357. These are 360s. I think these are silver lined. These ones are not. So there's only one of these available. Sorry, everybody. SHSB 19. One of those available. The other 2 that were in that bag are not silver lined. Somebody claimed 3 of them. If you want all 3, I can give you all 3, just so you know they're different, if it matters to you. Let me know in an email to the person who claimed all 3 of those.
They're different, though.
They are different. One is silver lined, the other 2 are not. Amy says, did I go to the Nepalese place? No, I went to the Puerto Rican place.
I would go there. Well, depends if they have vegetarian food.
I know. Okay. So all three of those are sold. Thank you.
I don't know if we're going to do any shows for a while until we recover in our lives.
Yes, we need to recover in our lives. I was so worn out. I didn't realize how worn out. This whole week, I've been like in a dazed state, I feel like.
Yeah, it's called Thunderstruck.
Yes. This is SHSB 20, $2 for the tube. These are a yellow with an AB finish. Yellow with an AB finish. Aren't those nice? You got that little rainbow blitz on there, on the bright yellow. Make some sunflowers. Those would add some nice little sparkle on there on something. Beautiful. Only one tube available. SHSB 20. SHSB 20. SHSB 21.
Oh, did you go to your cheese class? Vegan cheese class, Amy?
Did that happen already? Yeah, because we were talking about trying to go to that.
Yeah, in our minds.
In our minds.
Free and easy.
Drop mix. This is magma seed bead. So this matches the magma square mix that we had yesterday. If you missed that, or if you got that, maybe you want these to go with it. SHSB 21. There's only one of these available. They were $4.25. Now they're $3.40 for the magma drop mix. We had the magma square mix yesterday. Aren't they pretty? You got those kind of goldeny colors with the transparent reds, the matte reds, and then the clear red line hole over there. SHSB 21. 21. I don't remember if the magma square sold yesterday out or not.
I don't know. Find out tomorrow when you.
I know. I'm gonna get all the invoicing done. Vegan cheese class is soon. I didn't think it happened yet.
Huh?
It's soon, she said.
Oh.
I didn't think it happened yet.
Maybe then.
And here is the seed bead drop mix Merlot. Merlot. Look at how pretty. We did not have this in squares. Check that out. You got those kind of frosted, kind of amethyst, but like a, I don't know, like a gray amethyst. And then you got some clear.
Merlot?
Huh?
I would not call that Merlot. Maybe some of them.
Some of them, definitely.
Maybe those
got some stripy ones in there. The legs.
They call the legs of the line. I remember I went to this dinner party, and this child, maybe like 4 years old, picks up a wine glass, and they swished it around, and they said, "Oh, this wine has good legs." Apparently, they were copying, imitating. But the whole room, everybody busted out laughing because it was like a child as an adult.
That's funny. So there's only one tube of these, $2.60. Hello, Sandra. Thanks for joining us today. We haven't seen you in a while.
Sandra?
Yeah.
She was on that last night.
Oh, were you? I must have missed you. Did I miss saying hi?
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering the other day where you were, because we hadn't seen you in a little bit, I feel like. I missed you for a day or two, and it's like you're where are you?
That's because I've been on more.
That's true. And I just jump in here at the end.
Good,
he says. All right, SHSB 22 has sold. This is SHSB 23, and these are spacer beads. So this is a tube of Miyuki 3mm spacer bead Duracoat galvanized gold. And so these are little rings meant to be like spacers. You could use them for other things too. Sandra said, I watched the replay. I thought I saw you requesting a few things. I don't think I got to them yet. think that's in the batch of stuff I haven't gotten to. These were $5.50 a tube. Now that's a big tube full of little spacers, especially that galvanized gold. Down to $4.40. There are 2 tubes available. If you would like 1 or 2, SHSB23 at $4.40 only.
You know, that was hard for me to let go because, you know, I love the gold.
You love the gold. I was surprised you didn't just keep these for your own designs.
I almost did.
SHSB23, 2 of them still available, not showing any sold yet, surprisingly.
And if they don't sell, I will keep
He's
them.
like, I have no problem on keeping those
No
ones.
hesitation.
None.
Not even a little bit.
So the only thing I hesitated on was selling them.
That's correct.
All right. So there are 2 of those tubes available. Those are long tubes too. Those are like, and they're pretty full. Okay.
Do you want to see how they package the magatamas now?
How do they package magatamas now? Oh, you get a nice little tube.
Tiny.
Little tube. 8.5 grams compared to 10 grams. So now you pay for the little tube compared to, let me show you what our tubes were like that we were selling for less than that retail.
That was our retail.
Huh?
That was our retail.
$3.70 is the retail on this one. Less, you're getting more. Look how many more you get for less money now. Prices have gone up, y'all. Quantities have gone down. Prices have gone up.
But that also does have like triple finish, so.
Yeah, that's a more expensive one.
Yeah, give it that.
But look at it. Andrew says you cannot have that one. Says you cannot sell mine.
No, that's for my own particular use.
SHSB24. What are these? These are
bugles.
Bugles.
Shorty bugles.
Shorty bugles. Look at these shorty little bugles. Let me see if I can pull some out without making a mess. Challenging for me.
That's because the triangles get raptured.
Yeah, they do. So look at these shorty bugles. Short stuff. And so this is a tube of clear shorty bugles. You want to use that different color wire, show that wire through.
Or make snowflakes.
Make snowflakes, make some winter stuff. Just make some crystal stuff, right? Spring crystal. SHSB24. These were $1.65. This is a super old price. Now they're $1.30 for you. There are 8 tubes of these available. SHSB24, if you'd like any. We did sell one of the tubes of 23, those gold spacers. There's still one left if you're interested. These are SHSB24. 8 tubes available at $1.30 a tube. Crazy prices. That's like not even, that's insane actually. $1.30.
That's the old time prices.
That's what things used to cost when you had a sale in the store.
Basically, look like like a Little House on the Prairie.
Money problems on the prairie? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't like that.
I was gonna say. So these are a silver lined red bugle. They were a whole whopping $2 before. Now they're $1.60 a tube. We have 3 tubes of these available. SHSB 25.
Though I did like it, that Laura Ingle, she done cold cock that blonde girl. The mean one.
The mean one.
And I know I shouldn't delight in violence, but when that happened and she
Nelly.
She got what she
You're gonna get more emails, Andrew. No, I think everyone was happy when that happened to Nelly.
Nelly is kind of sad character because there's another one where she got a new sasser came into town. More sassy.
More sassy than Nelly.
More rich.
Oh.
And then she got knocked down a peg then too.
She didn't know how to handle that.
No. And you could see it that she was having it was like cannot compute.
SHSB 25, and those are all sold. Thank you so much.
Basically, it's everybody's sad times.
Sad times on the prairie.
No thanks.
No, thank you. I've been listening to this podcast today about intentions and all this, and they're like, you're supposed to just think about things as like, not that they like, not limit yourself. And they're like, so don't put your own limits on. They're like, the universe is a yes button. It has no no. It's like a law. It gives you what you need and what you want, but people put their own limits on things. So don't do that, everybody. Don't be money problems on the prairie. Just say yes. I am deserving of this. This is opaque cobalt bugle, 8.5 grams.
Oh, so I get to go to that thing that I'm gonna.
You got to still manifest it. You got to let the universe give it to you.
I'm letting it. I'm doing it.
You got to actually fulfill that part of it.
I'm working on it.
But yeah, I am ready to receive what I want, says Lennis, right? Correct.
You know what? An open hand receives, a closed fist does not.
Exactly.
But sometimes you need that.
Sometimes you need that. But he was talking about, like, of course he drives around in the Mercedes. What is it? The G something? That's that fancy SUV.
The G-Wagon?
G-Wagon, yeah. And he's like, for so long, I didn't believe that I deserved that. And he's like, now I have one. He's like, I deserve it all. He's like, you're not taking from anyone. The universe will give. And I'm like, I don't know about that, but if it works for you, maybe it'll work for me too.
I bet he is of a certain demographic as well.
I don't know. I only listen to the podcast. SHSB 26, $1.80 a tube.
Research this. It sounds like something different.
He also used to do a lot of mushrooms and ayahuasca.
That could be nice. I don't know.
Marion says, need to work on my manifestations for the rest of the year, right? So manifest it all, everybody. Send out that good energy. You deserve it. You deserve it all. Our people deserve it all.
I'm working on it, bro.
Should get it all.
You know, that is true, though. I think.
What is true?
When you surround yourself with really positive and encouraging people,
yeah,
your brain changes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I know I used to be around these people who's super negative, low key all the time,
mm-hmm.
and I would be like, "Oh, I'm positive, and it would, even though I tried to make myself in a better headspace, it was like fighting against the current. And now that they're out of the picture, it's like,
look at what's happening.
I know so many good things that were not possible before are now all things are possible.
Matt Crystal, everybody. Bugles, 1 tube available, SHSB 27. Yeah, they talk about, he was talking about a lot of that stuff, like that, and the people you're around, and that you have to surround yourself with people and tell people what you're doing, and tell people what you like, set that intention and let other people help you along the way. Like, put it out there, tell the universe what you want by taking the steps toward telling other people too.
That's what I do.
Marion says, ban the toxic peeps from your life, right?
Working on it.
Yeah, get rid of the toxic people, get the people who believe in you, get the people who believe you can do things. And one of the biggest things, though, is that he was talking about is about how to not set those limits on yourself. Because most of the time, like, we both grew up pretty poor, and it's hard to get out of that mindset that you don't deserve. Like, you should have the things you need to survive, but having the things that you want, that's a luxury.
And it's bad.
And that is a bad idea.
But they were taught, like I was
or that
taught that it was bad.
it was bad to have all the things you want. But
To
why?
want
To want
for
things.
yourself.
And so I still have that mentality. Like, we went to lunch today with a friend, and it felt almost too luxurious to me to be able to do that. Like, because I've been in such a mindset of just, we have to work. We have to work hard. If we stop working, we're taking too much time. It's being too luxurious. And so for me, even the simple things in life that most people do, like go to lunch instead of staying at work and eating at your desk, becomes this thing that you don't feel like you deserve. Like, you don't deserve to go out and leave your office for lunch. And so the thing that he was talking about was to stop telling yourself, we are mostly the people who are setting those, like, other people are not setting that expectation for me. I'm setting that expectation that I shouldn't go to lunch for some reason because people are going to think I'm lazy or I'm not working hard enough.
Even though that's like normal.
Right. Even though that's a normal everyday thing that people do, is go to lunch. It doesn't mean that everyone in the world's lazy. So that's, you can get yourself, and if you don't analyze those things, look at this bright orange. This is beautiful. SHSB 28.
Sign. Wake up.
Right. Wake up, wake up. But yeah, if you don't analyze these things, you might be stuck in a thought process that isn't real, that isn't like what the rest of the world actually thinks.
Well, it's like a lot of people, they're their own worst enemies. And I think a lot of artists are very sensitive to it. Also, people who are creative. And so there's both a gift and a curse of being able to self-talk, because
Yes,
part of your brain,
you can make up anything.
amazing, but sometimes you can make up terrible things.
Right. Lena says, not taking a true break, not doing things that will help you relax actually sabotages your work. Our brains need to breathe. It's true.
Yeah, I think so.
And it also, not only that, but you start, like I said, I start telling myself, people start telling themselves that they don't deserve that rest. And like eating 3 times a day, that's a luxury. Like, that's like, that should be something that most people do, unless you're on some kind of diet or some kind of thing like that. But to me, that's like, who can afford to eat 3 times a day, and who does that? Like, we should be able to do that. Like, that's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that
I know I'm guilty of that.
That it's changing. A lot of that's changing for me. I had a breakthrough moment last year where I realized through a conversation that I had with one of our business coaches that I equate my self-worth with my productivity. And this is something that I struggle with. But it ties into that poverty mentality, because, if my parents didn't work, then we didn't eat.
Right.
And so in my mind, I always have to stay ahead, or that people won't love me or respect me if I am not constantly doing something for them,
outputting for them.
And I realized, when I made that realization, it changed a lot of the relationships in my life, because I realized that I am worthy of love and kindness without having to prove myself. That was a big moment for me, and a real big turning point in my life, because the people who stuck around after that, are the people who are meant to be. And once some of the other people started falling away, it was like, how there's like a static, like a buzz in the background? Well, that kind of lessened. The noise lessened dramatically.
Now, these, everybody, are like SHSB 28s, but they're longer. These are the longer ones. And this is the last one of the evening.
But don't go yet.
Don't go yet. I didn't talk about this one, but this is the white, opaque white. SHSB 29. There's only one of those at $1.30. And then this is opaque orange. These are the longer bugles. $2.20 for the one tube that's available is here, SHSB 30.
This Lila Multipass.
Lena says, I studied this at uni. Stress and lack of sleep actually affects your memory. Your brain needs breaks to learn new things and stay sharp. You need sleep to move things from short-term to long-term memory. It's true. It is definitely true. I hear this a lot, and that's why I'm trying to focus more on my sleep and trying to get more of it. All right, so that's that one.
Ready.
All right, everybody, we had a game to play.
We're gonna play
so if you didn't let me go over let me go over what it is before everybody starts guessing. For those of you who didn't know or don't know what is happening, maybe just tuned in. So this tube has magatamas in it. Sally asked us how many are in a tube in general, and we said we don't know because they're done by weight. They're 10 grams. So the game is, without going over, the closest person to guess the number of magatamas in this tube wins. First person wins. I don't know what the number is, so Andrew's going to have to look. Let's look at the prize. Let's look at the prize, y'all. So Andrew put together a nice little kit for y'all. So it has these.
Ceramic.
These are ceramic. So you're going to get these.
Don't
start guessing yet, everybody. Don't start guessing yet. Don't start guessing yet, everybody. We didn't ask for it yet. We're going over the prize. We're going over the prize. Going over the prize. What? Because I don't want it to scroll too far. Going over the prize. You get this. This is pyrite.
Yeah, and it's got
with the look at that
crystal quartz.
Look at that crystal quartz in the pyrite. Look, there's a druzy flash in there, it looks like. So you get that strand. You're going to get these little fetishes, carved stone, and this vintage check, looks like. Pinch beads. All right, everybody. So I don't know what the number is. You got the number in your hand? Okay. So we're going to let you all guess.
So now they can guess?
Now they can guess. And I will count these last few. But I want to make sure there weren't any comments in between. So how many magatamas, without going over, are in here? Now's your time. Put down the number, and then we're going to go through these and see who wins.
All right, let's read some of them.
We have Danette has 118. We have Michelle has 75. Marianne says 121. Norma says 73. Cheryl's sticking with her original 100. She says, but I bet it's less. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else going to guess? We're going to give you a few more seconds here to get your guesses in case the feed is lagging behind.
Also, this is for our live viewers only.
Yes, you have to be live.
If you're watching this at a later time, you don't have to guess.
Yeah.
Because you're guaranteed you're not going to win.
Yeah, somebody already won this. Amy's saying 80. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let's give it a few more seconds. Let's do the countdown. Ready? 10, 9, 8. Lena says 95. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, right. So the winner, here's the number. And 86. So the winner is Amy. Amy Lowe. Thank you so much for playing along, everybody. And we are out of here. We're going to go have some dinner. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I will do the invoicing for these tomorrow, promise. And we will get both tonight's and yesterday's invoiced tomorrow for y'all.
So tomorrow, I think we're going to do hex cut.
Ooh, hex cut.
Some size 8 hex cut. And some 15s and some random.
And some random.
And then I think that's going to finish us up for seed beads until we find the box of 6s.
Wherever it is. Wherever it is. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. If you have any questions, you can send us an email. And anything else? Saturday morning tutorial coming out this Saturday. Be sure you check our YouTube channel only.
Oh, don't forget the creative Meet Your Creative Community thing coming up.
Meet Your Creative Community Day is March 22nd. I'm furiously shipping out any kits, trying to get them all out to y'all as fast as I can. I have a few to catch up on here yet, but I'm trying to get those out the door for anybody ordering kits. You must use one of our kits or components from one of our kits in Meet Your Creative Community Day. If you don't know what that is, check out our blog at www.allegorygallery.com. Go to the blog section, and it's the first post. It'll tell you all about it. We're going to have hopefully a timeline full of amazing new creations from you all in the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful night, everyone. See you soon. Bye now.
See ya.